How's it everyone? Welcome to the next episode of the Competitor series. In today's episode we're going to focus on the basics of training, what mistakes most riders make, including myself, so that you can be a better rider. I mean, if you make mistakes, you really put yourself further and further back, and it takes more and more time to actually get to the form that you personally can reach. There's a lot of aspects of training, and I mean the biggest one is the mistakes that all riders make all the time. I've personally made a lot of mistakes in my training, and I still make mistakes to this day, and I think everyone sort of goes towards making the same mistake all the time. My biggest mistakes was I didn't take recovery seriously. If you don't take recovery seriously, you actually can't train properly, and your body is always going to go into like this negative slump of not having enough power and rest, and you're never going to be able to ride the powers on the days where it actually matters. So the second mistake that I made was I didn't listen to my coach. I had various coaches over my short cycling career, and the best one was probably Bosseau, that he is the guest actually going to speak later in the video. He was a great coach, and I made the mistake of not listening to him all the time. He would say go to X amount of hours in a week, and it's these sessions where I would always add an hour here or 30 minutes there, because I felt that my competitors are training a bit more, so I actually needed to train a bit more, which was not the case, because then when you get to that specific session that you have to do in a hard week, you actually can't put out the numbers because you are a bit fatigued. The third mistake I made was taking it too seriously. As a young rider, I really took it too seriously. I cut out everything from my life in terms of spending time with friends, just having fun, and all I wanted to do was cycle, and I wanted to become fast. So quickly cycling became a job to me, and training was my number one priority all the time. Still train by having a normal life and having fun and having mates and really enjoying cycling. The number one thing out of this video actually that I want to get across: always make sure that cycling is fun. If it's not fun, you're not going to enjoy it, and it's necessarily going to become a job, and you're not going to enjoy training, racing, or any aspect of the sport. So always make sure that your training is fun and you enjoy it. You as a rider, whether you want to be a great rider in terms of world class, or you just want to be enjoy your riding with your friends, but you also have some personal goals that you want to achieve throughout the year, whether it be a stage race, a marathon race, a cross-country race. We all have specific goals that we want to achieve in the sport. It's very important to plan your training around that specific race and not just get on the bike every day and go as hard as you possibly can. So for today's guest, I got one of my coaches along my cycling career, and also a great friend, and he's really taught me a lot about cycling, even outside of coaching. His name is Bosseau Boshoff, and his history in cycling is insane. He's been in the sport for about 25 years. He raced professionally. He's coached myself, William Wilcock, Robin de Groot, and it's just generally his knowledge of the sport is amazing. So instead of just listening to me in this video and my thoughts about the basics of training, I actually sent him some questions that I got from some of my friends and myself, just to get his insights into training and maybe get a different perspective. If I said something, he actually might have a different approach.
Hi guys, Bosseau from Infinita Coaching Academy. I'm here to answer some of your questions. Timo Cooper asked me to assist you guys, and let's hope I can help the things that I've picked up over the last 20 years, and it's things that's worked for me and my riders, and yeah, let's see if we can help some of you. So I would say your preparation phase, which is traditionally your old base period, and then your building phase, and then your speciality phase. How long you spend in each of these is pretty much dependent on what event you're training for, when you want your peaks to be, how many peaks you want within a season. A lot of riders will choose their national champs and then world champs as their big goals. Makes it difficult for guys riding for someone who wants results throughout the year. So you really need to work close with your coach so that you can pick which races you want to be good at, and then he can do your year plan according to that. Difficult to have a standardized workout like that because every rider is different, but off the top of my head I would say 10-15 minute warm-up, 2x4 minute intervals, between 105 and not going past 120% of your max FTP. But yeah, between 105 and let's say 115, and with a decent recovery period in between, 8 minutes. Couple of sweet spot sprints. Know that there's a lot of mixed feelings about sweet spot sprinting or sweet spot training. I support it. I think it's a good interval set, because you end up spending most of your race in your sweet spot. Not everything works across the board. You need something that works for you. You need to find a coach that works for you, and you're not going to be able to be coached by everyone, and my plan won't work for everyone, and that's the beauty of going and finding a coach, is you find someone that you can trust and find someone that you're willing to work with. In my opinion, I think most people know how to train. Most riders that's been going for longer than a year, they know how to train, and but I don't think everyone truly understands how to recover. So then that's why you need a coach, someone to keep an eye on your planning for the year, what's coming up, what you've done, and build your recovery into it, where guys that don't train with a coach, or they don't recover, and they don't take recovery days, they don't take active recovery weeks. Secondly, I think nutrition on and off the bike, pre-race, post-training, things like that. Those are the things that riders often neglect. And then core and flexibility training, I think that's a big shortfall in a lot of riders. Probably in the region of 5 watts per kilo, pretty much the number you would be looking for. It's all dependent on the rider's weight and the discipline, the type of rider that he is, and on what type of testing you would work this on. But if you had to work on your FTP test, you would be looking at a rider to have 5 watts per kilo. You get guys like Timo that can shorten the road of mistakes that we all made in the beginning by giving some of the advice that he's learned over his career, and go out there, learn, and stay safe.
So to end off this video, I think the most important thing to take out of today is to really make sure that your training is perfect for you as a rider, and always make sure that you are enjoying it. Please let me know if you have any questions about this specific video, or any questions around the basics of training. I'll do my best to answer these questions, or I'll actually just ask Bosseau to help me as well. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of this type of content, please subscribe to my channel. And also please follow me on all forms of social media. These videos are always on there first, and you can also see some other forms of cool content. Thank you very much.